Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to revise section A of chemistry paper 2 that was written in November 2022. I hope it will help you in your preparation for your chemistry paper 2 which you are going to write on Friday. The request came late. I should have uploaded more chemistry past exam question papers. In section A, candidates are required to answer all the questions from this section. Write your answers in the spaces provided on the question paper. Number 1A, part 1 is reading. An element X is found in period 3 of the periodic table and has 2 valence electrons. Give the name of this element and its nucleide notation. This is the periodic table. So you should know that when they are saying period, it means the rows. And then if they are saying group, it means the columns. So in the first period, we are having this hydrogen and helium. And then in the second period, we are having lithium to neon. And then in the third period, we are having sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon. We are informed that an element X is found in period 3. So it means it is from sodium to argon. And then we are told that it has 2 valence electrons. The elements that have 2 valence electrons, they are in group 2. This is the first group, group 1, and then this is the second group, which is group 2. So the elements that are in group 2 are the ones that have valence electrons of 2. It means that they have 2 electrons in their outer shells. So the element that is found in period 3, which has a valence electrons of 2, is this magnesium. So we are going to name it magnesium. Next, we want to write its nucleide notation. You should understand what we mean when we are saying nucleide notation. It is a shorthand method of showing information about atoms. So when we are presenting a nucleide notation, we are supposed to write the number of protons and also the atomic number of the element. So we are going to take this information. Magnesium have 24 as its atomic mass, and then it has 12 as its proton number. That is what we are going to present on our nucleide notation. So this is how we present our nucleide notation. And then on 1A part 2, we are supposed to write the formula of the nitride formed by the element when it reacts with nitrogen. When magnesium reacts with nitrogen, it is going to form what is known as magnesium nitride. The formula of magnesium nitride is Mg3N2. And then on part 3, we are supposed to state the acid-base nature of the oxide of X. We are going to have magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is metal oxide, and metal oxide is basic in nature. On B part 1, we are supposed to write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction that occurs when zinc metal reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. You should always know that if you react a metal with an acid, you are going to form salt and hydrogen. So if we react zinc plus hydrochloric acid, we are going to form zinc chloride plus hydrogen. This is the balanced equation for the reaction that occurs when zinc metal reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. We are going to have zinc, which is solid in state, reacting with hydrochloric acid, which is going to be in aqueous state, in order to give zinc chloride, which is aqueous in state, plus hydrogen gas. So this is the balanced equation for the reaction. And then on B, part 2, we're supposed to describe a test to identify one of the products formed. So here I'm going to provide the test for both products since we are doing our revision. So first I'm going to start with the test for testing zinc chloride. Zinc chloride stains blue litmus paper red. And then the test for hydrogen is that hydrogen burns with a pop sound. Hence, hydrogen should be tested with burning flame. If the burning produce a pop sound, it confirms the production of hydrogen gas. Let me repeat to explain again. Hydrogen is tested with burning flame. If the burning produce a pop sound, it means that hydrogen will be produced. And then zinc chloride stains blue litmus paper red. This was the complete solution for number 1 of November 2022, chemistry paper 2. Let us move on to number 2. Number 2A, Fig 2.1 shows an experimental setup for the production of ethanol. We are supposed to name the process that is taking place. It is known as fermentation. State the 3 conditions that are necessary for the process. In order for fermentation to occur, the conditions which are necessary are 4. We need sugar being in solution state. We need the presence of yeast, which contains certain enzymes. We need a temperature of approximately 37 degrees Celsius. And also we need the absence of oxygen, which means that it should be anaerobic conditions. Let me repeat to explain again conditions that are necessary for fermentation. First, we need the absence of oxygen, which means that it should be anaerobic conditions. We need a suitable temperature, approximately 37 degrees Celsius. We need the presence of yeast, which contains certain enzymes, and also the sugar is supposed to be in solution. On part 3, we are supposed to state N2 uses of ethanol. Ethanol is used in alcoholic beverage production, in the production of wine, beer, and spirits. It is used as a topical agent to prevent skin infections. It is used as substitute for petrol. It is used as a solvent in paints, varnishes, and gums. I have listed 4 uses of ethanol, but in the exam, candidates were just required to state N2 uses of ethanol. And then on part B, we are supposed to write a chemical equation to show how ethanol reacts with ethanoic acid. So our keyword here is chemical equation. It means that we are not going to write a word equation, but a chemical equation. So we are having ethanol plus ethanoic acid in order to give us ethyl acetate and water. So I'm going to write it down. So C2H5OH is a chemical formula of ethanol. I want to write the chemical formula of ethanoic acid. So CH3COOH is the chemical formula of ethanoic acid. These are going to give us ethyl acetate, which is CH3, COO, C2 and H5 plus water. We need to see if the equation is balanced. So first we need to count the number of carbons at the left side of the equation. we are having 2, 3, 4. And then at the reactant side, at the product side, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4. So for our carbons, they are balanced. Next, we want to check for our hydrogens. Here we are having 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then at the product side, we are having 3 plus 5, which is equals to 8, plus 2, which is equals to 10. So it means that our hydrogen, they are balanced. Finally, we need to check for our oxygens. Here we are having 1, 2, 3. And then here we are having 1, 2, 3. So it means that this is the balanced equation for the reaction between ethanol and ethanoic acid to give us ethyl acetate and water. Let us move on to number 3. We are supposed to state in 2 physical properties of metals. First, I'm going to define what we mean when we are saying a physical property of a metal. If we are saying a physical property, it is a characteristic of a substance that can be observed or measured without changing the identity of the substance. So metals, they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Metals are solids at room temperature, except mercury, which is liquid. Metals have high tensile strength. Metals are shiny and can be polished. So these are some of the physical properties of metals. I have listed 4 of them. In the final exam, candidates were required to just list any 2 of these properties. Let us move on to part B. Fig 3.1 shows a kiln used to produce lime from limestone. So we are supposed to write a balanced equation to show the chemical change occurring inside the kiln. Inside the kiln, we are having limestone decomposing to give us lime. So the chemical formula for limestone is calcium carbonate. We are going to say calcium carbonate plus heat in order to give us lime, which is calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. So the equation is balanced. We are having 1 calcium at the reactant side and 1 calcium at the product side. We are having 1 carbon at the reactant side and 1 carbon at the product side. And then on reactant side, we are having 3 oxygen, and also at the product side, we are having 3 oxygen. So the equation is balanced. Let us move on to part 2. We are supposed to state the chemical name for lime. Lime is known as calcium oxide. Let us move on to the next question. On part 3, we are supposed to state N1 use of lime. Lime is caustic and has been extremely used in form of lime wash for disinfectant qualities. It is also used for water purification. So in summary, lime is used in disinfectant production, and also it is used in water purification. On part 4, we are supposed to give 1 condition that is necessary for the conversion of limestone to lime and name this type of reaction. So the condition is high temperature of 900 degrees Celsius. And the type of reaction is known as endothermic thermal decomposition reaction. That was all about number 3. Let us move on to number 4. Number 4A, Fig 4.1 shows the purification of copper. We are supposed to describe what happens to the anode and also to the cathode. So we should know that copper, the thick block of impure copper, which is also known as blister copper, will act as anode, whilst a thin sheet of copper metal will act as cathode. I have labeled here. The blister copper is known as the anode, and then the pure copper is going to act as the cathode. So electrons, they are going to move from anode to cathode. This is going to result in mass of anode decreasing because amount of impure copper is decreasing. And also the mass of cathode is going to increase since the amount of pure copper is increasing. In summary, the mass of anode decreases because amount of impure copper, also known as blister copper, is decreasing, and then the mass of cathode is increasing since the amount of pure copper is increasing. On B part 1, we are supposed to explain why copper is suitable for making electrical transformers. Copper is suitable for electrical transformers due to copper's outstanding mechanical properties such as yield strength and modulus of electricity. It has high thermal and electrical conductivity and excellent weighting properties. Copper is suitable for making electrical transformers due to high yield strength, modulus of elasticity, high thermal and electrical conductivity, and excellent weighting properties. Next, we are supposed to explain why copper is suitable for making plumbing material. It is highly corrosion resistant in most underground environments. Because of its superior strength, it can withstand stresses without failure. It can withstand high temperatures and pressure, so that is why copper is used as plumbing material. In summary, copper is suitable for making plumbing material because it is highly corrosion resistant, and also it can withstand high temperature and pressure. Lastly, we are supposed to explain why copper is suitable for making jewelry. This is because it is malleable, versatile, easy to shape, and it is extremely durable. And then on B part 2, we are supposed to suggest with reasons the most suitable method for disposing waste material made of copper. So the method is fire burning. It takes the advantage of flammability of copper wire, and through burning plastic of outer layer, it is going to be melted, and remaining metal is non-flammable metal copper. That was all about number 4. Let us move on to the last question on section A, which is number 5. Number 5A, table 5.1 is an incomplete table showing information about 4 air pollutants. Table 5.1 is an incomplete table showing information about 4 air pollutants. So we are supposed to write the source of the pollutant. First, we are going to look at nitrogen dioxide. The source of nitrogen dioxide is the combustion of fossil fuels, especially fuel used in cars. Nitrogen dioxide enhances greenhouse effect just like carbon dioxide. And then the source of sulfur dioxide is burning of fossil fuels, particularly coal and oil, and also the smelting of mineral oils. Sulfur dioxide reacts with water vapor to produce acid rain. And then lead is obtained from dust and fumes from hobbies such as stained glass windows, glazing and firing ceramics, and also old paints. Lead decrease the growth and reproduction in plants. And then on part B, we are supposed to describe any true problems associated with water purification for a large town. So the problems associated with water purification for a large town, first we are having monitoring and record keeping. Main water treatment don't have enough instrumentation to check all parameters to catch problems at their most preventable and reversible stages. Another problem is poor maintenance of water treatment facility. It can have serious implications for the performance. Poor maintenance can result in increased costs, serious damage, and financial losses. In summary, true problems associated with water purification for a large town is monitoring and record keeping. Main water treatment don't have enough instrumentation to check all parameters to catch problems at their most preventable and reversible stages. And then there's also poor maintenance of water treatment facility. It can have serious implications for the performance. Poor maintenance can result in increased costs, serious damage, and financial losses. That was all about number 5. This marks the end of our tutorial today on section A of November 2022, Chemistry Paper 2. Thank you so much, guys, for following me on this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. I love you all. This is Eve signing out. All the best in your final exam on Friday. I love you all.